you still want to go hunting with Dave, huh? Well, today, my friends, I want to talk about always being prepared to go to get one. You know, that's the thing. As many times I've been out in the woods and walked right up to a bull elk and that, and I wasn't prepared. You know, they have many guns these days have that nice fancy strap, you know, and you strap your gun right there on your back, and that's the worst place you ever want to carry your gun, you know. And so today I want to encourage you, if you're a smoker or that, you know, like me, don't worry about those things, you know. I've been out there, I remember one time I was sitting there and hunting all day long, no smoking, right? No smoking, can't smoke. And I found this nice little draw, and it was so beautiful and nice. I whipped me out a cigarette, you know. I haven't seen nothing all day. It's now 10 or so o'clock in the morning, you know, and everybody thinks they're going to see elk first thing in the morning. And I want to tell you that's a lie. And in fact, if you're out there crunching around in the woods at 5 o'clock in the morning, and when the sun rises at 7, you actually end up scaring all the elk, and you never even see them. I found out it's better to sleep in and enjoy yourself, you know, get up around 8 o'clock, and then head out. And everybody else is heading back to camp for breakfast, you know, and you're on your way out. But here I am, I'm sitting there, it's puffing me up a cigarette, you know, and smoke that whole cigarette, throw it out, and then I was in this valley, you know, and so I go walk up to the top of the hill, and sure enough, man, I'm standing there 25 yards eye to eye with the 6-point bull. But my gun was on my back. And so, man, I had to whip my gun around, and it was that action of fast movement to whip my gun around. Man, he bolted off like a thoroughbred racehorse right through the woods, you know. And that's the thing with elk. They are like ghosts. They could literally be standing there staring at you 10 feet away, and you wouldn't even know it. And they won't move or run off or be scared until you make eye-to-eye contact with them. And as soon as you look at their eyes or make contact with their face, they busted, and boom, they're gone, right, out into the woods. And so you got to always be ready, always be prepared to get one, at no matter what, when it is. So if you're planning on packing up and coming to Colorado to go hunting with Dave, and you're like, what should I bring for food? Well, I got the answer for you. You just bring $5,000 cash, and you give it to Dave, and I'll take care of all the rest. And then if you want to just ignore what Dave has to offer, well, you can pack up your own food. And everybody and most women, what do you guys eat when you go elk hunting? Well, we eat elk hunting food, right? And so you got all your beans and stew, like your Danny Moore stew, and lots of beans, but and all that, man, really gives you an upset stomach. And all of a sudden you got cow pies all around that camp, you know, and everybody's like walking around these landmines because couldn't make it to the woods. And man, if I was camp cookie, you know, I'd be ribeye steak, right? You have a couple ribeyes, you have a couple things like that. Good high protein, and really the best thing to eat at that high altitude, because you're going to get altitude sickness. Altitude sickness is a heavy-duty headache, kind of makes you feel nauseous. You can't eat, you don't have an appetite. And when you don't have an appetite, you're not eating, you're kind of getting weaker. And then you begin to get dehydrated. And all that makes you really sick and makes the trip terrible. Eggs. Bring lots of eggs. Eggs are very light on your stomach, good protein, but they're light on your belly. And you can eat them very well. So you're going to bring lots of eggs, usually lots of bacon, and I always recommend some couple ribeye steaks. But remember, you're only going to be there 4 nights or whatnot, so plan 4 meals, but easy cooking meals. You know, you're out there working in the woods, walking around. The last thing you want to do is come home or to camp and cook a 45-minute meal, you know. And it's hard to cook in the mountains because of the high altitude. It takes longer to cook things. And so keep that in mind. Another great option is cup of noodles. You know, you get a little cup of noodles, put some hot water in there, and poof, you got a meal in a few minutes. And so that's what you want, is things that are easy to clean up after you're done eating, you know, keep it simple. Keep it simple, you know. Or you could be like my dad, who's Mr. Frugal, man. My dad is so Mr. Frugal that he's the repurposer of all repurposing things. In fact, check it out, man. You take a stool and you can make a table. Just like that. That's what you can do if you were frugal and frugal to the bone. Right? Now, if you want to enjoy your trip and be treated as though you were living the life and you were on top of the world, sitting there on top of the Rocky Mountains, don't forget that you know, a good meal always is sets you for a good day, right? Now, I remember this time, and speaking of frugal, man, I went hunting with the Grandpa Lynn, right? And this guy, he was the world's greatest hunter, although he had a little bit of moral issues. Remember this time we're driving down the road, right? And we're just cruising along, and man, here's this elk sitting right there on the top of this mountain, right next to the road, and get out, and the car real nice and slow, you know, leaning over the back of the truck and have a nice rest, and pow, got that thing. Boy, that elk is starting to stagger, you know. Hey, Lynn, back that truck up. And he backed that truck up and burp, 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 boom, right in the back of the truck, man. And that's how it is when you go hunting with Dave.